We're live on Joy 99.7 FM here in Accra and Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM. Affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions. We're on ATL FM in Cape Coast, Ganga FM in Jirapa, Radio Wa in Wa, Flow FM in Apawu. We're live on X Spaces. We're on Facebook. We're on myjoyonline.com. The Midday News is sponsored by Petrol Sol, your clean fuel in full quantity. Petrol Sol is always a delightful experience. Also brought to you by Duraplus Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC and HDPE pipes and water tank. We are the only water storage tank with a level indicator, and where Duraplus goes, water always flows. This afternoon, some electoral areas in the Ashanti and Eastern regions participate in the district level and unit committee elections following technical hitches and inadequate logistics on Tuesday, leading to its postponement. We'll touch base with our reporters on the ground to get the very latest. Meanwhile, Electoral Commission scores itself high marks despite the challenges that plagued the elections.
Will be able to give the good people of this country the exact turnout.
So let me ask you, on a scale of 0 to 10, how will you score yourself?
So I think we are well within 7.5 to 8.
Also this afternoon, the Controller and Accountant General, a civil servant, is stirring controversy by picking up forms to contest the NPP parliamentary primaries in the Achimswedro constituency in the Eastern region while in office.
3 aspirants have picked forms to contest for the parliamentary seat, and these are the sitting MP, that is Kennedy Osenya, was followed by Mr. Jerome Kwame Akodo and then Mr. Kwesi Kweni Busumpim, the Controller and Accountant General.
But what does the law say about civil servants engaged in overt partisan politics while in office? We have details for you, and after years of disagreement, Ghana and Togo are on the verge of signing a maritime boundary delimitation agreement to resolve their ocean boundary dispute.
We have been able to solve a maritime boundary through negotiation and mediation. So going to the International Tribunal of the Law of the Sea, resolve this issue, unlike what happened between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire.
We have details as the Ghana Boundary Commission says it will unlock economic opportunities in that part of the ocean for investors who are eagerly awaiting an amicable settlement. We have sports,
where the Sports Ministry is expecting 5 billion global viewership for the upcoming Africa Games next March.
Feliz Navidad. And of course, an unforgettable Christmas treat awaits everyone at Christmas party in the park. We have Efia Kobna and Kwampa to feature at the largest family gathering at the Abri Botanical Gardens.
Our Daddy's Corner is coming back with a bang. The artists are ready. Efia, we have Kobna, we have Kwampa, and loads of other surprise acts.
That's and more in this afternoon's edition of the Midday News. I am Emefa, Apawu, and this is your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Please do stay on for details. And we start off from the election headquarters, and this afternoon the district level election resumes after voting in certain electoral areas in the Ashanti and Eastern regions were brought to a halt and rescheduled due to technical challenges. Well, these challenges, we are told, range from delays in printing and delivering ballot papers to technical challenges in verification machines across various regions. Already there have been concerns regarding voter apathy, particularly in the light of the elections rescheduled in some areas, despite the Electoral Commission's effort to achieve a 60% turnout from all citizens. However, today voting has commenced in these selected areas in the Ashanti region and Eastern to elect assembly and unit committee members. My colleague Emmanuel Brightquick, started all off for us from the Menchia South constituency, he joins us live with details. Emmanuel, what can you report so far from the stations that you visited?
All right, so Emefa, here in the Ashanti region, we have about 200 electoral areas that were exempted from Tuesday's election, but I can confirm that today almost all of them are voting as of now. So when I visited the Menchia South electoral area, the turnout wasn't quite good. It was terribly low. As I went there, only 20 out of the over 300 voters had received or come to the premises to vote. So here in Kumasi, what we understand is that because today happens to be the last market day ahead of the Christmas festivities, most of these voters didn't go to the premises to cast their ballots. And what the, let's say, the unit committee members or the aspirants are doing now is that they are trying to rope or move these people from their homes, trying to get them vehicles from their homes and then come and even cook for them so that they can just incentivize them, then come to the center and then cast their ballot for them. So, Emefa, this is what is currently happening here at in the Ashanti region regarding the district level elections.
And that's my colleague Emmanuel Bright Quick, who will take you to the eastern region where Kofi Sian is monitoring events for us. He's in New Jabin South Municipality in the eastern region. What's the situation there, Kofi?
Okay, Emefa, so I've been able to visit two of the constituencies. That is the New Jabin South and the New Jabin North constituency. You know, in the eastern region, in the first phase of the election, that is on the 19th December, only 13 out of the 27 districts in the region were able to cast their vote. But today, the rest are also voting. And within or among the polling stations that I have visited, the election is ongoing smoothly. The voters are content with the process, except that they are complaining about the turnout. Some of them spoke to Joy News.
So far, so good. Except that because the election was postponed from Tuesday to today, many people who turned up have not yet turned up to vote. But we believe that they will come back to vote because today is a market day in Koforidua, so most of them have to sit to their businesses before they come. But generally, I think it is better.
Actually, we've been here since 5 a.m. and the process is going on very smoothly. We've not heard of any violence or chaos. As it stands, everything is normal. Everything is going on.
Well, so that's the situation in part of the Ashanti and the eastern regions, and voting is currently underway. You heard our reporters on that. But we've been speaking to the Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission in charge of corporate services, Dr. Bosman Asare. And guess what? He's scoring the EC a high mark for its handling of the district assembly elections, despite encountering several challenges during the process.
But based on the information coming to us, in some of the places, electoral areas, the turnout was even more than 80% in some of the electoral areas in the country. So we are waiting. When we finish and we have all the information, we'll be able to give the good people of this country the exact turnout.
So let me ask you, on a scale of 0 to 10, how will you score yourself?
So I think we are well within 7.5 to 8. If we have done all the other the centers in the eastern region and in greater in the Ashanti, then we will be talking about most 9.5.
Well, we'll stay a while longer on the elections, that the district level and unit committee elections, and we focus on Dora Yeboah, having served close to a decade as unit committee chairperson for the Iyija Ahimbronom electoral area in the Ashanti region. She's anticipating a win to become the first assemblywoman for the area. Dora is among candidates who spent their savings to cook food for the expected supporters in Tuesday's rescheduled elections, but she remains determined to emerge victorious. Anita Sewa Ajoga puts a spotlight on a woman who hopes to transform her community by creating more educational platforms for school-going children.
In spite of the strive to increase women participation in local leadership, few women are defying the status quo. Among such is Dora Yeboah, popularly known as AY, a donut vendor who is contesting to become the first female assembly member at Iyija Ahimbronom in the Ashanti region.
I have been part of the unit committee for the past 8 years. I decided to contest for assembly member after the death of the assemblyman.
As a female who wishes not to stay behind the fire and enjoy what she does best, Dora is taking the bold step to serve the interests of her people.
That's Sewa Ajoga's report read to you. While in the political arena dominated by degrees and pedigrees, she emerged as a force to be reckoned with, the first woman to clinch victory in the assembly elections, defying conventional norms and challenging the status quo. Armed not with formal education but with unwavering determination, she faced 3 educated contenders, proving that the power of passion can triumph over the privilege of diplomas. That's the story of Faustina Keswa. She explains further.
What men can do, women can also do. It doesn't matter what tax it is. When women have power, they're more open to everyone. I've observed that women here have more issues than men and therefore need a courageous woman to stand in for them. And I am that courageous woman.
And that's Faustina there in the Awoshi electoral area. We'll stay a while longer on politics, this time focusing on the New Patriotic Party, and some incumbent members of the party are expected to face fierce contests as filing of nominations for the party's parliamentary elections continues. The party opened nominations yesterday, and while some MPs will not be seeking re-election, others will be facing a tough internal contest. Nana Boachi Dankwa visited some constituencies in the Ashanti region. Here's his report.
At the Kwabre East constituency in the Ashanti region, 5 aspirants, including Patrick Amwakokofo, have come up to contest the primary as the incumbent MP, Francisca Otin-Mensah, declares the intention not to contest again.
Comparing our candidates to the other candidates, there's a wide gap between even the sitting MP and our candidates.
According to the Ashanti Regional Secretary of the MPP, Kwame Adomapia, the party will not impose a candidate on constituencies.
We want to retain candidates who we can sell and sell well. Free and fair elections will be run for all the constituencies.
Mr. Adomapia says the party has put up strategies to help win all 47 seats in the Ashanti region.
So the enthusiasm shown by our numerous supporters is an indication that the party is still strong within the region. And we know that at the end of the day, the delegates now there will pick whoever is qualified and popular amongst the contestants, so that at the end of the day, 2024, December 7th, we retain all the 47 seats for the MPP.
For Joy News, Nana Boachi, Kumasi.
And Anabwachi Dankwa joins us on the line. He's been monitoring the situation in Menchia and Mansun Kwanta. Let's start off with Menchia. What can you report from there?
All right, to Emefa, Menchia South, we are told that the Energy Minister, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, did take his form yesterday. Well, surprisingly, Menchia South constituency normally would have the Energy Minister taking his forms alone with no other person contesting him. But yesterday, there is another gentleman who pulled up to also take his forms to contest the Energy Minister, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh. Also, in the Mansun Kwanta constituency, there are 4 people who are seeking to contest the incumbent Member of Parliament, Honorable Obeng Techi. We have the former Member of Parliament, Professor Joseph Albert Kwam, who lost his seat, who lost the chance to become Member of Parliament for the constituency in the 2020 general election. Also, the Deputy Managing Director for the National Investment Bank, alongside the former Assembly Member for the district, Frederick Ojo and Cancer. And so for the Mansun Kwanta constituency, these 4 people will be pulling up against the incumbent Member of Parliament, the Honorable Obeng Techi.
And COP retired Alex Mensah, the man in the center of the IGP tape, we're told he's also picked his form yesterday.
Yes, Emefa, COP retired Alex Mensah did pick his form yesterday. Well, we know the COP would not be contesting the Bekwai seat alone. Lawyer Ralph Opoku Eduse would also be contesting COP Alex Mensah. Both of them did pick their forms yesterday, alongside one gentleman who has pulled up in the Bekwai constituency today, Mr. Kwabenenyame. So these 3 names have popped up in the Bekwai constituency, where we know that the incumbent Member of Parliament, Joseph Osei-Wusu, who is the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, would not be contesting anymore.
That's my colleague Nana Boachi Dankwa Iyadom, bringing us up to speed on those who've picked forms so far. But one man who's also picked his form that's stirring a lot of controversy is the Controller and Accountant General, Kwesi Kwenin Bosompim. He picked his forms at the Achim Swedru constituency for the NPP parliamentary primaries. He officially confirmed his intention to contest the race following the picking of nomination forms on Wednesday. Well, we can hear from the Achim Swedru NPP constituency secretary, Daniel Intri, confirming that he had picked his forms yesterday.
As at close of work yesterday, 3 aspirants have picked forms to contest for the parliamentary seat for Achim Swedru. And these are the sitting MP, that is Honorable Kennedy Osei-Nyakun. He was followed by Mr. Jerome Kwame Akodo, and then Mr. Kwesi Kwenin Bosompim, the Controller and Accountant General. These are people who are well known in the constituency. So for us, I do not think it's really prudent to, go into all this for now. So for now, I wouldn't be in a position to tell. I think this is incumbent upon the vetting committee, to find out at the appropriate time.
But as an insider, you are not aware whether he has resigned or not.
No, for now I don't have any information to that effect.
Well, so that's the confirmation about the Controller and Accountant General Kwesi Kwanin Bosompim picking his forms at the Achim Swedru NPP there. And also we are learning, at least Joy News understands, he has not relinquished his job as a civil servant and engaging in active partisan politics. But let's bring in Samuel Mbura of our political desk, joins us for more on this particular developing story. You've been checking and checking. What have you found?
Well, Emefa, I've checked with the party at the national level. I've also checked at the Controller and Accountant General's office, and all indications point to the fact that he is still at post and he hasn't relinquished his post as we speak now. I placed calls to his personal lines, which he hasn't answered, and people closer to him have actually confirmed that he hasn't resigned from his post.
Well, the law is clear on a civil servant actively engaging in partisan politics, and head of our legal desk, Richard Kujonyako, joins us in studio. Walk us through what the law says.
Well, so in a case brought against the Attorney General and two others by the Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana, the Supreme Court made the following interpretations. One, that a member of the civil service or local government service does not have a right to contest for elections for political party office or hold political party office while still a member of the civil service or local government service. The second interpretation is that a member of the civil service or local government service does not have the right to remain a member of the civil service or local government service after his or her nomination by a political party or otherwise to contest for election as a member of parliament. Moreover, such a person shall resign from his or her office immediately his or her political activities have become overt. And so what the explanation is that so until the Electoral Commission receives his nomination on the ticket of the party, he can still feel free to go about what he is doing currently.
Well, this is a matter that we'll continue to interrogate and look into. We're yet to hear from the head of the civil service on this and whether there are any actions that will be taken. Are we waiting for the EC or the NPP to receive all the nomination forms before action is taken? That is yet to be seen, but we'll bring you more subsequently. But after years of disagreement, Ghana and Togo are close to signing a maritime boundary delimitation agreement which will bring to an end the dispute over the boundary of the two countries in the ocean. The Ghana Boundary Commission is currently meeting a delegation from Togo in Accra to settle on dates for the signing of the agreement by the presidents of both countries. Currently, fishing and other economic activities are prohibited in the transboundary or disputed area. National Coordinator for the Ghana Boundary Commission, Major General Emmanuel Kotia, says once the agreement is signed, it will unlock economic opportunities in that part of the ocean for investors eagerly awaiting an amicable settlement. Ghana and Togo have been engaged in negotiations over their maritime boundary since 2018.
The key issues that we are going to discuss is basically on the valuations on the transboundary area between Ghana and Togo, and then we would go into discuss the provisional date that the agreement is supposed to be signed. Remember that as far as the negotiations with Togo is concerned, the joint technical committee between Ghana and Togo has virtually completed its work. It is now at the level of the presidents of Togo and Ghana. Now hopefully the two presidents will be meeting very soon to sign the agreement, and it will bring to the finality as far as the maritime boundary. And one thing that we'll be patting ourselves is that we have been able to solve a maritime boundary through negotiation and mediation. So going to the International Tribunal of the Law of the Sea to resolve this issue, unlike what happened between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire.
Well, let me bring in my colleague Maxwell Agbagba of our security desk following this closely for us. Let's talk about the meetings. What are we learning about when exactly we can sign this agreement?
Well, as it stands, discussions are still underway between the two countries. Later in the day, we should have a date when this agreement should be signed. That is when all things go according to plan. It is the expectation and the hope of the Ghanaian delegation that a date to be able to settle on a date. But Emefa, this maritime boundary dispute between Ghana and Togo has existed for more than 40 years, and negotiations to resolve it began in 2018. Now, a joint Ghana-Togo maritime delimitation technical committee was formed to see how best to deal with the disagreement, and so far we are told by both sides that they are making progress. Ghana in the past submitted a provisional demarcation line at a meeting that took place, but Togo rejected it. President Ikufo-Addo and Togo's President Paul Assingbe in 2021 expressed their determination to reach an agreement on the maritime delimitation between the two countries. So as I speak to you now, the meeting is underway. Later in the day, I'm told by 2 p.m., there should be a communique, and that communique hopefully will communicate the date when agreement will be signed.
Maxwell Agbagba of our security desk taking us on a quick break here on the Midday News. And after 40 years of disagreement, Ghana and Togo are on the verge of signing a maritime boundary delimitation agreement to resolve their ocean boundary dispute. We've been also hearing from the Electoral Commission as it scores itself high marks despite the challenges that plagued the district level elections, and checking on the Ashanti and Eastern electoral areas participating in the district level and unit committee elections following technical hitches and inadequate logistics on Tuesday that led to its postponement. We'll return from the break with sports, and then an unforgettable Christmas treat awaits everyone at this year's Joy FM family party in the park, Ifia Kwabna Kwampa, to feature at the largest family gathering at the Ebri Botanical Garden.
Our Daddy's Corner is coming back with a bang. The artists are ready. Ifia, we have Kwabna, we have Kwampa, and loads of other surprise acts. They are all ready. You know, the children love their musical chairs, they love their sack race, and all of those, we have them ready.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
The world awaits this. The journey begins in Accra. Prepare to witness a global spectacle. Africa's biggest theatrical venture, the second coming of Nkrumah by Lateef Abubakar.
Our independence is meaningless unless it links up the total liberation of the African continent.
Experience the fusion of captivating drama, vibrant dances capturing the spirit of Africa.
Freedom!
Live at the Accra International Conference Center, 28th, 29th, and 30th of December 2023. 2 shows each day, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Dial *711 *10 hash to purchase or visit theafricanfestival.com. Tickets are also available at Kuala, Airport Shell, Joy FM, and Bachona Total. Call 0571 900 900 for details. The second coming of Nkrumah, Africa's biggest theatrical venture, is brought to you by MNC Group Global in partnership with Joy Entertainment and Graphic News Plus app, powered by the African Festival.
Thanks for staying with us on the Midday News. Time for sports. Tahiru Fentuo is here.
And there's a head-spinning story here because the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, says he expects a global audience of more than 5 billion people to watch the 2023 Africa Games. Now, Ghana will host the competition from March 8 to March 23, 2024, with hosting facilities at Boteman and the University of Ghana. Now, speaking on the floor of Parliament last week, Yusuf revealed a partnership with the Olympic Channel is anticipated to attract these audience to watch the games.
We are expecting over 5,000 athletes, 3,000 officials, volunteers, 2,000 volunteers, and spectators in thousands. In terms of online and global viewing, we are expecting more than 5 billion because we are partnering with the Olympic Channel as one of the media partners that will be broadcasting the sporting facilities.
That's Mustafa Yusuf on the floor of Parliament. Now, the reason this is spinning heads is that the FIFA World Cup, the biggest competition in the world, sporting competition in the world, attracted just over 5 billion in global viewership.
We will get more. Thank you, Fentu, for sports. Now, there's pressure this afternoon on the finance minister to provide full disclosure on the controversial $100 million a year revenue assurance contract to Strategic Mobilization Limited, SML, after more contradictions emerged in the Ghana Revenue Authority's justification. Private legal practitioner and energy analyst Kwame Jantwa has questioned the silence of the finance ministry. The minority in parliament insists the GRA's explanation only confirms the need to immediately cancel the contract and fully investigate the circumstances surrounding the finance minister's decision to direct the expansion of the questionable revenue assurance contract to SML. There's more in this report.
These comments follow a documentary titled The 3 Billion Cedi Lie by the Fourth Estate, alleging that the finance ministry ordered an expansion of the SML contract for 10 years, estimating it could yield the company $100 million annually. The documentary also claims that the expansion was directed despite the company making false claims about its savings through revenue assurance in the downstream sector. The GRA had backed SML's initial claim that it saved Ghana more than 3 billion cedis. The GRA backing comes despite the MD of the company, Christian Soti, denying the company saved the state that much.
That's that 3 billion. That's what I told you from the beginning. I said I don't know about this 3 billion.
Within SML itself, there are contradictions on this subject of the 3 billion cedi savings. This week, head of IT, Prince Sapong, contradicted publicly his boss.
We can confidently say that there has been an average monthly increase of 100 million litres. So if you multiply it by 24 months, that will arrive at the 3 billion that we talked about.
This current position of the head of IT contradicts his own earlier assertions when the Fourth Estate first put the question to himself and his boss during the investigations.
The last presentation I did per our audit system, our system can generate expected revenue. So what we did was not even the accurate figure. We never talked about accuracy because we are not GRA. Only GRA can give you accurate figure. So when we are talking about this, it depends on how it was reported.
The GRA claims in this statement that SML is only paid if there is value addition. However, the contract specifies that SML is not required to add value to the upstream petroleum and gold sectors.
The individual.
Meanwhile, private legal practitioner Kwame Jantwa has challenged the finance ministry to clarify the conflicting facts about the contract.
Why isn't the finance minister saying anything? Why is he silent? Wasn't GRA give them the contract? GRA is party to the contract, but the institution that gave them the contract was the Ministry of Finance.
That's a news desk report. Now, you took an investment risk and lost out. That's the lawyer for defunct gold dealership firm Men's Gold to a customer who invested more than 5 million Ghana cedis. Richard Kujunyako was in court for us, joins us on the line, and joins us in studio. I beg your pardon. Richard, what more can you report from
so Stephen Atipo invested 5.2 million Ghana cedis Emefa within a space of 3 months and got a lump sum of 502,000 Ghana cedis. He had 7 separate trading agreements with Men's Gold Company Limited and made all purchases of gold for 7 transactions at the Brew Marketing Consult office located at Spintex. He explained that the Men's Gold trading agreement were produced and signed at the Tema branch office of Men's Gold in accordance with the laid down procedure of the court. So the case has been adjourned to the 15th of January.
Thank you very much, Richard Kujunyako. Time for Tech Thursday, and it's awards all the way. And Hask Technologies, an agri-tech company, emerged as a winner of the maiden edition of the National Innovation Challenge organized by the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. The winning innovation from Hask Technologies is a mobile cocoa pod breaking machine, setting it apart from any other currently available on the market. There's more in this report.
Chocolate, cocoa powder, just to mention a few of the delicacies from cocoa. But even before they can be processed into these, the pods must first be harvested, painstakingly cracked open, and the beans extracted from it. That process is the most difficult part of the cocoa processing chain. Farmers usually have to break these pods with either a cutlass or a wooden clamp, which requires much effort and time. But there is a solution.
It's an automatic mobile cocoa pod breaking machine, thereby increasing productivity by over 700%.
Ni Adefio, the founder of Hask Technologies and winner of the National Innovation Challenge, has developed a mobile cocoa pod breaking machine with a capacity to break 7,000 200 cocoa pods in an hour.
With our new design, our machine has a capacity to break over 7,000 pods per hour. It's also designed to fit into the buckets of Nabobo yard, therefore can easily maneuver through different farm terrains.
And this technology earned them 100,000 Ghana cedis for agri-tech startup. And are you ready for the biggest party in Ghana and West Africa? Is the Joy FM family party in the park happening on the 26th of December 2023 at the Ebri Botanical Gardens? Well, Edem Naiti tells you more.
The artists are ready. Efia. Have Kwabna. Have Kwampa. Of other surprise acts, they are all ready. You know, the children love their musical chairs, they love their sack race, and all of those, we have them ready. This year we are also saying that when the families come in early in the morning between 9 and 10 a.m., we're going to take them round the Ebri Botanical Gardens for a tour.
And that's how we wrap up today's edition of the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM. Please get your tickets now. It's 200 Ghana cedis for a family of 6, or dial *714*003*3#, or come to the offices of Joy FM to get your tickets. Just ask of me, I'll give you a ticket. And that's how we end today's edition of the Midday News. There's more when you log on to myjoyonline.com. Admit you took an investment risk and lost out. Lawyer for Men's School tells customer who invested over $5 million. More on myjoyonline.com. Living Word with Pastor Mensa Otabil. Christ, our life giver, is up next. I am Emefa Apawu. Have a good afternoon.